Imagine a massive oil tanker floating quietly in the Persian Gulf waters. Suddenly, speedboats surround it, and a dramatic operation begins right there. Today, we are diving into a story involving millions of dollars in fuel. Stick around until the end, because this case is making headlines everywhere. Let's get straight to the point and see what actually happened here. Just a few days ago, on December 24th, 2025, or Christmas Eve, IRGC naval forces intercepted a foreign vessel near the Keshem Island waters. Reports suggest this seizure was not random, but a carefully planned operation. This incident took place in the Persian Gulf, a global maritime hotspot. Apparently, officers had been monitoring this specific vessel for quite some time. On Thursday, judicial authorities announced a serious legal case against the ship. This news quickly spread across both local and international media outlets immediately. You are probably wondering what exactly was hidden inside this mysterious ship. I have to tell you, the volume of the cargo is mind-blowing. Officers managed to discover about 4 million liters of smuggled fuel inside. Just imagine this massive amount of national wealth leaving the country illegally. The cinematic part of this story is how the ship was loaded. Officials say this tanker never officially docked at any port for loading. Instead, smaller vessels transferred fuel to the ship out at sea secretly. Their plan was to move it to larger ships further away later. Let's talk a bit about the people running this floating gas station. According to reports, 16 crew members were on board during the raid. The important detail is that all these individuals are foreign nationals, guys. They have all been handed over to judicial authorities for legal processing. The main accusation in this case is quite clear: organized fuel smuggling. General Gholam Shahi, the regional commander, called this a clear example of crime. This means it wasn't a solo act, but a network behind it. The ship was caught right when it tried to leave Iranian waters. Now let's do some math and see how much this was worth. Estimates show the ship and its fuel are valued at huge sums. The figure is roughly $5.2 million, which is a massive fortune. Huge profits like this are why smugglers take such incredible risks today. The judiciary in Hormuzgan province immediately stepped in to handle this case. A special file has been opened in the Keshem Public Prosecutor's Office. Due to the high volume and importance, there is special supervision here. Investigations are still ongoing to find out who's behind the scenes. You might ask, what will happen to the ship and the fuel? According to the law, the government intends to confiscate both of them. The prosecutor announced that seizure is based on anti-smuggling laws and regulations. This means the ship and fuel won't return to their original owners. But the smuggler's loss isn't just losing the ship and fuel load. The law states that very heavy cash fines await these individuals too. For subsidized goods like fuel, fines can be 10 times the value. This represents an astronomical penalty that can break any financial network's back. Let's think for a moment why fuel smuggling is so common here. The main reason is the terrible price difference between Iran and neighbors. Government subsidies make fuel cheap inside, while it is expensive across borders. This price gap creates a strong motivation for these dangerous black markets. Judicial officials spoke with a harsh tone, calling this a blow to mafias. The Chief Justice of Hormuzgan said this seizure hits their financial foundations hard today. He believes this operation has successfully disrupted their financial networks significantly. The goal isn't just taking the ship, but drying up the routes. The seizure operation was based on precise information and moment-by-moment monitoring. The IRGC Navy announced they had been watching suspicious movements for a while. This shows how much maritime surveillance technology has advanced in recent days. This success wasn't luck, but the result of precise intelligence work, actually. It's interesting to know this wasn't the only case this month. Just a few days ago, we saw another major seizure in Oman Sea. There, another tanker with 6 million liters of smuggled diesel was caught. It seems that December has been a very unlucky month for smugglers. The message from officials to smugglers these days is clear and crushing. They want to say the Persian Gulf is no longer a safe backyard. The Justice Chief warned they will stand against looting national wealth with power. Protecting the country's economy from these profiteers is a red line now. The ship-to-ship method they used is a common trick in the sea. Small boats transfer fuel like ants, bit by bit, to the mothership. When the tanks are full, the big ship moves to sell globally. Breaking this chain requires high vigilance, which fortunately happened in this case. Let's go back to the crew currently in detention behind prison bars. Criminal warrants have been issued for all 16 with no escape route. Their exact nationalities weren't announced, but they are foreigners facing trial by law. These people must now answer many questions, and prison likely awaits them. When 4 million liters leave the country, the economy takes a hit. This is fuel provided for the people using public funds and subsidies. Preventing this waste is actually defending the rights of all the citizens. That's why the judiciary pursues these cases with such high sensitivity. Local media have even published videos and photos from the operation moment. In these images, you see how naval forces board the ship authoritatively. Seeing the ship's size and tanks full of fuel clarifies the scale. These real images show us exactly what's happening out at sea. If we compare, this volume of smuggling is huge by global standards. Transporting fuel illegally also poses terrible environmental risks to the seawaters. Usually, these smugglers do not follow safety rules and pollute the ocean. So, seizing these ships benefits both the economy and the environment too. Well, now we have to wait and see what the next steps are. Investigations continue to perhaps identify domestic accomplices or the main ringleaders involved. The court will finally issue the verdict for the ship, the fines, and the prisoners. We will likely hear more news about fuel auctions or trials soon. Stories like this always create a lot of discussion among the public. Some worry about wasted resources, while others discuss economic roots of smuggling. But the one thing everyone agrees on is the need for action. National wealth should not go into profiteers' pockets and leave the country. To wrap up, we witnessed a major operation against an organized ring. A foreign ship, 4 million liters of fuel, and 16 arrested crew members. This story was a mix of economy, crime, and military action at sea. It shows that watchful eyes at sea won't let wealth be looted. Thank you so much for sticking with this video and story, guys. If you liked this style of news analysis, don't forget to subscribe. Definitely write your opinion about fuel smuggling and solutions in the comments. I will be back with another interesting story in the next video.